Good afternoon, this is your 28storms.com cyclone update for Thursday, the 8th of December. All of the South Pacific remains quiet, so all of the focus remains on the southern Indian Ocean, where we are still dealing with Tropical Cyclone 1S, which of course is Tropical Cyclone Alenga, and what is left of Tropical Cyclone 2S is still being monitored for any chance of regeneration, and the latest JTWC outlook is giving that system a medium chance of once again attaining cyclone status. First off, Alenga has strengthened much more than pretty much anyone expected over the last 24 hours. It is now a Category 3 on the Australian cyclone scale, and it's up to 90 knots with a forecast peak intensity of 95 knots on the JTWC scale. This would almost be a major hurricane in the Atlantic Basin if you go by their standards, and the storm is forecast to move a little bit more toward the southeast and thankfully begin to weaken as it also starts avoiding the western coast of Australia. So if we go ahead and turn to the latest microwave satellite pass of Tropical Cyclone Alenga, this was updated just a few hours ago, and you can see at the time the storm had a very tight, well-compact inner core, and you can see that eye-like feature very well. So this was a good signature of a very healthy tropical cyclone, and this was the visible satellite image zoomed in at around the same time, and you can make out that well-defined eye very easily. Since the time those satellite shots were taken, it looks as though the eye has become a little bit more cloud-filled on the most recent visible satellite animation, so that is a sign that the tropical cyclone may have peaked. And as we switch over to the enhanced infrared satellite animation, you'll start off by looking at the very first few frames, and you'll notice that some of the stronger cloud tops were near the eye wall, and within the last couple of hours, despite having still quite a lot of significant convection, it looks as though those cloud tops have warmed ever so slightly. And if we turn on the water vapor, you can easily get the overall idea that the tropical cyclone is being squeezed, with this trough coming in from the southwest, ushering in this very significant pocket of dry air, and there's quite a lot of vertical wind shear involved with this entire trough. The latest wind shear product shows increasing vertical wind shear, and we are seeing values in excess of 50 to 70 knots just to the southwest, and this entire area of very strong vertical wind shear is nudging more toward the northeast with time as that trough continues to advance. So the small pocket of favorable upper level winds that this tropical cyclone is currently encountering is soon going to be erased. On a more regional scale of the Indian Ocean, we see that there really are no other active tropical disturbances besides Alenga and the much weaker system just toward the southwest. And as we switch over to the regional water vapor, you can clearly make out that the troughs are impacting both of our systems here toward the south. So the future expectations for these systems is fairly bleak because we don't think they're going to really survive over the next 24 to 48 hours. Alenga has definitely peaked. And once again, we continue to reiterate that the western communities of the western coast of Australia really don't have much to worry about with this system. You may see some high clouds as some of the outflow begins to make it into your region, but in terms of any heavy rainfall or gusty winds, we really just don't see it. And the most recent 0Z forecast from the ECMWF shows the tropical cyclone weakening fairly quickly over the next 48 hours. By day 2 and especially day 3, there's really nothing left of this area of low pressure, and notice that it's not even going to make it quite far enough east to really impact Australia, even if it did maintain some intensity. And as it begins to move more toward the south, it's going to be entering much cooler water temperatures. So this is absolutely no threat to land, and the good news continues with the Europeans showing no additional tropical cyclones throughout the next 5 to 10 days. Additionally, the latest run of the GFS is no longer showing any impacts along Western Australia, so this is a change from the prior run, and it's now in much more agreement with the ECMWF. And much like its model counterpart, it's not showing any additional development in the Indian Ocean for the next 7 to 8 days. So that sums up what is occurring in the tropics on this Thursday afternoon. We hope that you found this video beneficial in some way or another. And if you did, then please go ahead and suggest this website to others that may be interested in tropical cyclone updates. Again, all of our videos are posted at 28storms.com/cyclone.